Manchester United play Arsenal on Sunday at 4:30 UK time, if you didn't know. And we've got a bit of a lineup headache, you could say, after Ruben Amorim comments. Kind of seems what I want is what he may go with. But you can't really look into that. Make sure you smash the like, subscribe if you're brand new. There's a good 63% of people. I could put a nice little graphic up there to make sure you lot know that I'm not, I'm telling the truth. Yeah, 63% of people are not subscribed. So if you can do that little favor, then amazing if you're brand new, but definitely do like. But I've got a different lineup, I think, compared to most. I feel like a lot of Man United fans are expecting someone like Mason Mount or Bruno Fernandes to maybe be up front or in one of those 10 spots. I don't think that's the case. Now, there's a whole goalkeeping part as well. Do you want Biyinde, who I really do not like? I'd rather Tom Heaton. Let's be real. And, Andre Onana back in training. See, for me, I think Biyinde is way worse than Onana. I'm talking 10 times worse. He's not good. I'm sorry, but he's not good. But the way I'm kind of viewing it is Andre Onana has to start. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. He has to start no matter what. I'm not saying he's reliable, but yeah, he's going to have to be the one that's going to have to lead the back line. Way more vocal than being there, a little bit more confident, and I'm pretty sure he's got a point to prove. No preseason, though, is a little bit of a worry, but not like a keeper needs fitness, not in my opinion, but he could be lacking a lot of sharpness that he's already kind of lacking. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the back three. My back three consists of Maguire. I think he's going to be the one that hits the central centre back. Reason being is because we all know that Arsenal are really good with set pieces. He's not that bad on the ball, to be fair, and he's a good threat in some regard. But I don't really see where United play a high line. Not in my books. So I've got a feeling he's going to put Maguire as the first. The first on his team sheet pretty much. And you're going to, okay, but what about Wyatt? What about De Ligt? Well, I've got De Ligt at right centre-back. De Ligt being that right centre-back, some United fans might disclose that that's his better position. Aiden Heaven, there's some question marks if he's ready. There's question marks if he's even fit enough. He is. But I just don't feel like Ruben Amorim's going to trust that just as yet. I can see De Ligt playing out there. I don't expect, to play a higher line. It might suit the likes of Maguire as well, if you're going to play a little bit deeper. Again, much better in the air than you would say Yoro and Mazraoui, but De Ligt is definitely someone that I really favour. I think he gets a lot of disrespect, and I don't understand why there's so much hate around him. He's just much better than Maguire, but I think he's going to start right centre back, even though he has not exactly played there all this pre-season, which kind of in my opinion, it undoes all your hard work of what you've been trying to build at right and left centre back. And then on the other side, should I say, I've got Yoro. I think Yoro, with them diags that he's got, someone that's a bit more of a ball player than the other two that we've got. He's got a point to prove again this season. The guy keeps going from strength to strength. Now, this is what I think Amorim's going to do. That's not what I would do. I wouldn't even play Maguire. I want to play to our strengths and not try to defend what we're not that great at. But I feel like we need to take the game a little bit more to them. But then you got to think, okay, you're not going to play a higher line. So what you're going to go with? My two in the midfield, I've got the likes of, I think he's going to play Agate. And also, I think he's going to play Bruno Fernandes. You need legs in there. You need someone that's going to catch up with Ødegaard. I feel like other than Declan Rice, which is the biggest threat in my opinion, Bruno has to go in a position he's been lauded in recently as well. I know he's played a couple games in the 10, but I feel like he has to go there because of what he produces on the counter. And also with Agate, I'm not being funny, but Zubamendi and the likes of Ødegaard isn't exactly the most physical. So that might be a little bit more to Agate's game in terms of aggression, because he's definitely physically more capable than the likes of those two. So that's why I would go with that. And that's why I think Ruben Amorim will go with that as well. Now, the wing-backs pick itself. This is a sort of position where, and you lot would probably agree, it's pretty much nailed on. Why would you? We don't exactly have anyone else that's competing for those positions as of yet, which is not exactly great. But you got to do your best 11. Make sure they start well. I want to see Ahmad and I want to see Dorgu. We haven't exactly seen them as a pairing as much during the preseason due to a lot of changes. Players coming in and out, blah 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 blah. You see Delo played at times, but Ahmad, who didn't play against Arsenal, I feel like is going to add an absolute huge element of threat. I feel like, again, with De Ligt behind him, adding that little bit more aggression, I feel like Ahmad does need someone that is a little bit more aggressive. That basically the Southampton game slightly. I know Yora's a bit of a different player now, but when he's got that, I feel like Ahmad's more confident that he can go a lot more forward to go and do the damage that we know he can do. And Dorgu, let's see what Dorgu can provide. For me, player pre-season, I don't see anyone threatening him. I can just see that guy going from strength to strength again this season. And you know what? Against Timber or maybe Ben White against Saka, he's going to have to be on his A game. And what a way, in my opinion, again, to, like, here I am. Announce yourself to the Premier League. Go do a job on those lot, whether it's Saka defending or, providing a constant threat in behind. And then, you're going to get you're going to have a mad amount of Man United fans on your side and cheering your name. So, and there's been, again, he's only just come in the door and loads of people have wrote him off. Rivals especially, and United fans not believing that he's going to be that guy. And now look at him. Guy's looking ready, fit, ready to roll. So, and then and you know what? You probably see it on the thumbnail. The front two behind the striker picks themselves. Cunha dropping deep, adding that element to controlling the midfield. This guy's going to, again, I feel like you can't put him up front. Back to goal Cunha, I don't really want to see that. I need to see the Cunha that drops deep, collects the ball, and likes to get involved with the midfield and drive with it. Ball carrier. The guy, again, constant threat. Constant threat. We saw Leao versus Zubimendi, right? You saw how he skips. So I can see Cunha doing the exact same thing. Going to have to hound him down, interception rates and whatnot. It's going to be a difficult game against the pairing of Gabriel and likes of Saliba. So what's going to be in behind? It's going to be a Cunha, the one that I've seen link up well with Dorgu. And on the other side, Mbeumo, way more fit now. He's only had a couple games under his belt, a lot more minutes as well. I would like to see Mbeumo, a more fit Mbeumo, just do what he does best, which is score goals, get on that first touch, turn, and link with Ahmad. And hopefully they don't invade each other's space as much. But if you can double up on the likes of a Lewis Skelly and make sure that Declan Rice tracks back, then we might be onto something. We could really be onto something. I think them missing Partey is huge in terms of physicality. They're going to probably play Gyökeres. I don't know if they will, but it could be Kai Havertz. But I do believe that's going to be the case. Hitting on transition is going to be our best friend. And it's exactly why I do not want a central midfielder up front or anyone else. Put Benjamin Sesko up front. I feel like Amram's going to go Sesko. He said he's physically ready. I can't wait to see what he's about. I don't expect a lot in his first game, but I expect more than Højlund. And you know what? Attacking set pieces, defending set pieces, and any opportunity to have a shot on goal, go for it. Go for it. We know what David Raya is like when it comes to long shots. He's not the greatest at saving those, but anything in the box, he's very fast. He's got very good reflexes. So catching him off guard is going to be our best bet again if you really want to make the best out of that situation. But Sesko, I feel like you can get definitely a good 60, 70 minutes out of him. Then bring on the likes of Xerxes, more of a controller. Again, like for like, tall strikers. Højlund on the way out. I'm all for it. But that's what I believe Amram's 11 is going to be for Sunday. Let me know what you guys would put as your 11 for Sunday. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're brand new. And then, yeah, hopefully we win. I think we're going to win. My prediction is 2-1. Love.